did after I joined that, was part of our transformation. It was called customer centricity. There's a lot of case studies written about it. I urge you to look at the ones that are not from Harvard. And those, I mean, those case, because they're never picked up the right angle. But those, I mean, the essence of that case study is we had 8 EVPs at the time. Those kind of wonderful titles that we have when we're running the enterprise. And 8 EVPs, four of them were asked to leave those jobs and to run 4 stores for about a year and a half. That was quite a brave move by Brad. And I think we came out of that, and we came out and we said, okay, well, now we're ready to do something internationally. And so at that point, I got promoted to my next job, which was to explore something to do international from scratch. So I went on a plane, I went around, and I ended up in China, and I found this amazing operation that was just fledgling, got started. It's a sourcing operation, which became our exclusive brands business eventually. But it was started up by this guy. Again, people, ideas are connected. It's people do stuff that you have to understand the history of, right? So you can look at strategies and abstraction of people, but you don't really get the lessons. So this particular person is a guy called Weimin Liu. He was from Harbin province. He'd been in China for 20 years of his life and in the US for 20 years. He'd come here to study. He'd ended up in the IT department of Best Buy, right? And while he was in the IT department, he was looking at the relational database stuff, and he was looking at how much we're getting ripped off by all the agents in the middle in China. So he basically decided, he put a case forward to create a sourcing operation. So he had created a little sourcing operation in China. And in the creation of that business, he had hit the wall a few times, because you were basically in creating, again, leaders who bend the path, right? I mean, in building up that little sourcing